So yeah, it's kind of like what's the word for it, man? It's kind of what's that word? It like you say, it's not Montclair. It's not like Montclair, but it's just a quaint city, a quaint city where anything that looks out the ordinary will be tracked.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. There was a guy that had a barbecue place there. They say that was good in Lafayette. He was a black guy too. I think he was a Jamaican or something. But he had a real nice barbecue place.
Oh.
Out there.
That's not Everett Jones, is it?
No, not Everett Jones. No. No, it was another guy.
Well, I think I know who you're talking about, though.
You think?
Did he have a rolling setup too?
What was that?
A touring setup? Did he also have a truck?
He might have.
Okay.
Did you ever go to a place?
Yeah, I think so. And I think he ended up selling it, and I think another barbecue spot ended up there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's another barbecue spot at the end of Lafayette that's a guy from Texas. He's got the accent, wears the cowboy hat.
Black guy?
No, that's a white guy.
Oh.
But I do remember there was one black-owned barbecue spot for a while.
It's a pretty good barbecue.
One of the best butchers is that Diablo Foods.
Who?
Diablo Foods grocery store.
Diablo?
Yeah.
Diablo Foods?
Yeah, they got some of the best meat there. I'll make that trip just for that.
For what do they have?
Like New York strip.
Oh, you're talking about their meats?
Sirloin, right?
Their meats?
Yeah.
Good steaks and stuff?
Yeah. Their fish is fantastic too.
Really?
Yeah.
Where are they
And
located?
the pricing is really decent, except for scallops are overpriced, and they know it.
Where?
They're on downtown Lafayette. They're right next to the Trader Joe's over there.
Diablo Foods. You think their steaks are different than like Whole Foods and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, much better.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. What? Huh. You say much better.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Why you say?
Big difference. I was on the hunt for making the best steak I possibly could for a while. I was kind of on the hunt for making the best steak I possibly could.
Best steak and pasta?
The best steak that I could possibly make.
Yeah.
I was going to every butcher in the Bay.
Really?
Consistently good. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
The only other one that I've enjoyed a lot is Farmer Joe's in Fruitvale Diamond.
Yeah, Farmer Joe's. Yeah.
They got a pretty good butcher as well.
Right. I'm gonna take a peek at that.
Myself hungry talking about this.
Yeah, Diablo Foods. You say their fish is good?
Yeah.
I wonder what makes them different than
I think it's
where they're getting it
sourcing.
from.
They got a deal, specifically.
Yeah, they're their supplier.
Yeah.
Where they
get their fish from Monterey.
Or their steaks
I don't know where they get their steaks from.
But
I've asked so many times they won't tell me.
You can tell the difference. Like in other words, if we bought a steak from Diablo Foods,
yeah,
and then let's say you bought one from there, like a ribeye,
yeah,
then I bought a ribeye from Whole Foods or Safeway, got a Prime.
Oh, you can definitely tell.
Yeah.
My favorite is they do a New York. They're a New York dry age. They have two different cuts.
Now,
and they're really
a New York.
Yeah.
Now, New York, man. Now, this is my. Okay. Every time I've had a New York, the thing has been tough, man. It's a tough piece.
So I will tell you, I use a sous vide machine.
The Solution?
A sous vide machine. You ever heard of that?
Never never heard of that.
So you put here's my full recipe. I do a mushroom salt brine on the steak. Well, first of all, I get them to cut me a 3-inch steak. And that's
A
'cause
3-inch steak?
Yeah, and that's because the sous vide machine, I'll tell you how that works and it'll make sense. But I put a mushroom salt brine, I leave it for a couple hours in the fridge, and then
A mushroom salt brine?
yeah, and then I'll put it in a bag with some really good olive oil.
Yeah.
And I might put a little bit of liquid smoke in there, and then maybe
Liquid
some
smoke, yeah.
rosemary and aromatics.
Mhm.
And then you seal the bag up and vacuum seal it.
Vacuum sealing.
Yeah, vacuum seal it, and the sous vide machine is it's basically a heat coil and a fan with a thermostat. So you set this thing up to be a specific temperature, which I'm gonna do 141 degrees or something like that for steak.
Where do you get this?
You can buy it online. They're about 80
What-
bucks or
how
something,
much?
80, 90 bucks.
What is it called again?
Sous vide. It's French. It's French for in vacuum.
Yeah.
So you're heating a bath of water to that specific temperature, and it never goes above or below that temperature.
Right.
And so at that temperature, that is medium rare. And it's
That's
medium
medium.
rare from the top of the 3 inches to the bottom, all the way through.
Wow.
And so you're cooking it perfectly. The longer you have to leave it in there for a certain amount of time for the water to propagate and get through to the middle of the steak.
Yeah.
So you need a minimum amount of time you gotta leave it in there, which is usually about an hour and a half or so.
Right.
But for however long you leave it past that, it'll break down like the fibrousness of the steak. So it'll just
Right.
keep making it.
Tender.
This is the wrong word, but it'll make it mushy if you leave it long enough.
Too long.
You know, yeah. So it will break it down. So you leave it for however long you think you need to, to get it to the consistency you like. But when you bring it out, it's a perfect medium rare, all the way through and through. And so I'll bring it out. I'll put it in an ice bath.
An ice bath?
Yeah. So I'll put it in an ice bath, and that makes it that chills the meat again.
Right.
And I'm doing that because I'm going to now take a bunch of peppercorn and put it on a searing hot pan or barbecue and just sear the outside. But I don't want the inside to keep cooking. So that's why I chill it. Sear the outside, serve that thing up. It tastes like filet mignon when you're done.
For like, what do
Which is
you?
a totally different
How do you usually season your steak though?
At the end, I just put peppercorn, I sear it, and then I put, you ever heard of Maldon salt? It's a big flake salt.
Mobon.
Maldon salt.
Mobon. No, I never heard of that
So
one.
it's big flake salt, and it's just got a lot of punch to it.
Yeah. Oh, I see. So you put that on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it's the best, man. Oh.
really?
And I can't even finish it because
Well, that's a 3-inch steak, man.
it's a 3-inch steak. It's a lot of flavor. It's a lot of good flavor.
Well, the the process that you bring it through,
Yeah.
you know.
I do it sometimes and I mess up part of the stage of it, some of the steps of it. Maybe I'm having someone over. And,
So,
and it
right.
used to be that I would make the mistake of going, oh, this isn't that good. And meanwhile, my guest is going, this steak's amazing. And I'm like,
Right.
I just know how good it can be.
Now, you're saying, let's just say, if you just went with a normal, if you bought one from Diablo
Yeah.
and you just went some salt and some pepper, right?
Yeah, you would have a good
And
steak.
and you went
Yeah. They'll give you, I think their cut's 2 inches. There's a
2 inches.
Yeah. So it's a 2-inch cut, and they have 2.5-inch cuts. You have to ask for 3. But at a 2-inch cut, you're pretty good just putting salt and pepper on it, oil on the pan, and searing both sides.
That's a nice. That's like that.
Yeah.
Can you get a 1-inch cut?
Yeah, you can have them cut it that thin.
But now, if you just went salt and pepper with the Diablo, let's say it's a ribeye, right?
Yeah.
And then I went and got a ribeye from Whole Foods.
Yeah.
They're nice steak,
I
salt and pepper. You're saying
I think
if you put the two down, if you put one on this plate, one on that plate, you're gonna taste a.
yeah,
You're
I would
gonna
tell you, yeah. I think it's their aging process that they use. Well, I would tell you, yeah. I don't know about the ribeye. I have bought their ribeyes.
Yeah.
I like.
But it sounds like
their dry aged
because
stuff.
those off the, well, I'm gonna call them off the wall, but those, I noticed there was a store when I went out to Santa Cruz. There was a market out there,
Yeah.
and the steaks that they had, I mean, they just looked.
Yeah, if you walk in there and look at their meats, you can just kind of see it.
You can look at it.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, that looks like a really good cut of meat.
Yeah. It now. What are they now? Do the prices reflect? I mean, it's like,
I think they're very affordable for.
you think their prices are comparable to like Whole Foods or something?
Yes, but I won't go for a full shopping trip there because they largely keep kind of artisan type goods. Like, it's not a place I would go for a regular shopping trip, but I will go there for
The meats.
meats. Yeah.
Yeah. I might.
A few other things. I'll buy a couple other things there.
Diablo Foods.
Yeah, and that place is always popping, always going off.
Yeah, like I'm gonna go out there and because what I want to do, man, just cook me a nice salt and pepper steak.
Yeah.
Maybe put
their fish is, I think, really well priced for what you get.
Do they have like wild catfish?
They have catfish.
Catfish. I mean, not that farm cat.
No, I think they have wild catfish.
Yeah, the wild cat.
Salmon. Their trout's usually really good, and also usually like most grocery stores don't have that hearty of a trout, right? Like their trout actually has.
Have you ever had trout?
Yeah.
Trout. How do you like trout?
Yeah, I like it.
What is it? What is trout? I never had trout.
It's a white fish.
What's your when it comes to fish? What's your favorite fish?
That's a good question.
Have you ever had snapper?
I love snapper.
I love snapper too.
And they have great snapper there.
Do they have that wild snapper?
Wild red snapper.
Yeah, wild red snapper, man. Yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah. The only thing I won't buy from them is, unless I somehow made a big sale or something, is the scallops are overpriced. They're huge though. But
you said, repeat that. I'm sorry.
The scallops are overpriced.
Oh, scallops.
But they're gigantic scallops.
Right. Do they have shrimp
they're
there?
Like the size of a bigger than a golf ball.
You say bigger than
a big scallop.
A big scallop. Damn. Do they have shrimp there? Shrimp.
I think so.
Well, if they got fish, man, I know they got shrimp.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah. They got this guy down in San Leandro, man, right on Estudillo.
Yeah.
Man, he's got some cold. I mean, he got some shrimp, man. I mean, I don't even call them shrimp. They're
big boys.
Oh man, they. I thought I had saw the biggest ones, man. I used to get. The ones that I used to get are like what they call 4 to 6 per pound.
Okay.
4 can equal a pound, or 6 can equal. Man, he's got them weighing where it's like 2. They're double that. They're like a lobster.
I wonder where he gets them from.
I think they come out of. I think the ones he's getting are coming out of Thailand or something.
Okay.
They're coming out of Thailand. And yeah, they're monsters though, boy. Like $14 a prawn, $14 a shrimp, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna check them out, man. I'm gonna go get me a steak out of there.
Yeah, go dip in there, see what you think.
Yeah, man. It. I guess you've had different steaks at different places.
Yeah.
And you could tell. What do you know? Is it the flavor that it has?
I think a lot of it has to do with whatever their process of packaging and treating and all that is, and then they get steak with a lot of fat in it. That usually tastes pretty damn good.
Right. Right. The favorite part. What's your favorite part of the steak? Is it New York or
I definitely like the New York dry aged sirloin.
you don't like
strip.
ribeye?
I like ribeye, but I just have never gotten such flavor out of something like I can get out of those ones.
Right.
So.
How about that? How about the porterhouse?
Well, and their flank's really good.
Flank?
Yeah, their flank steak's really good.
Mm. Flank
I don't
steak.
eat so much steak that I